Namaste students. CBSE Class 12 Computer Science Subject Unit 1 Part 4 Chapter 4. So using Python libraries. So last class we studied about using Python standard library functions and modules, using Python built-in functions and function name. Just we have to specify the function name. Python's built-in mathematical functions that we studied in last class, and some built-in functions are length, power, str, int, float, range, type, and all those things we studied in last class. And we studied about using the absolute function, absolute of x, so that gives absolute value in case if you are using integer or floating point number, so it gives the absolute value of a number. Next, div mode. So it gives div mode a comma b. A that indicates it is a quotient, b and b indicates the remainder. So two things that will display two things, quotient and remainder. Next, sum iterable and sum iterable of arg. So that returns the sum of the items of an iterable from left to right and returns the total. With two arguments, iterable and argument, it returns the sum of the items of an iterable and the argument's value. If the iterable items are normally numbers and the argument value should be a number, so then only it's possible. And like this only we can calculate or we can use the sum function. Next, last class we studied about this one also, max function. It may be iterable or list of values, or it may be a list. And of course we can use arguments also. We can use collection of lists. See, in this case it is to find the maximum in the items. So in case if you are using max built-in function, and what happens is, so it will check first element of all the lists and which one is maximum, so that will be displayed if you are using more than one list. If you are using only one list, then what happens is it will display maximum element in the particular list. If you are using tuples also same method. If you are using tuples, sorry, not tuples, it is tuples. If it is tuples, then what happens is same. So just like list, it will display the largest element by comparing the first elements of all the tuples. It will display largest element in the tuples. Next one is minimum. The same thing what happened in maximum, same thing here. Minimum iterable, minimum arg1, arg2, like this. Next, to convert returns octal string for a given numbers, that is it uses 00 0o, not 0o as prefix, and hexadecimal number can be represented by 0x, but octal can be represented by 0o, like this. See here, example also given. Okay, so those things we studied in last session. Today, so consider the following program that uses two more built-in functions, that is int and round. So int of number, so what happens? For example, if it is a number, if it is integer, no problem, so it will display as it is. If it is a floating point number, so what happens is it will display, it truncates the fractional part of the given number and returns only the integer part, or return only the whole part. Next, round function, round number comma n digits. Actually this function returns number rounded to n digits after decimal point. If n digit is not given, it returns the nearest integer to its input. Here one program is given that inputs a real number and converts it to nearest integer using different built-in functions. It also displays the given number round off to 3 places after decimal. See, first you are going to read a real number. Real number means floating point number, NUM. And here TNUM equal to into NUM. If it is given number is 12.5, TNUM means 12 only. That means integer that truncates the fractional part of the given number. So that's why TNUM equal to, so that is equal to 12. If it is given number is 12.5, then it will display 12. Next, R number equal to round NUM. Round NUM. So what happens is, it will round off to 3 places. 12.5 means it will display 12.500 like this. If given number is 12.5639, 12.5639 means what happens is 564 only. So given number rounded off to 3 places. Print the number NUM. Convert it to integer in 2 ways. One is TNUM and RNUM. RNUM2 equal to round num, 3. Round num, 3. So another variable, round num, 3, that is, so rounded off to 3 decimal places. Print num rounded off to 3 places after decimal is RNUM2. So that will display the given number. Sorry, not rounded number. Rounded off to 3 places. So that will be displayed. Here one note is given. The integer function can also convert a number string into an equivalent number. For example, 1, 2, 3, 5 within double quotes. Actually, it's a string. Can be converted to number 1, 2, 3, 5 using int 1, 2, 3, 5. Works with integer strings only. So 1, 2, 3, 5. If it is an integer means it will display as it is 1, 2, 3, 5. If it is a string means that should be within double quotes. Next, sample run of the above program. Above program means the previous program. So what happens is, enter a real number 5.555682. Actually, number 5.555682 converted to integer in 2 ways as 5 and 6. 5.555682 rounded off to 3 decimal places means after decimal is 5.556. Instead of 5.555, it will display 5.556. 5.556. Next, Python's built-in string functions. There are some string functions, built-in string functions. And last year we studied about such as string functions. And string functions, actually, LAN is one of the string functions, that is to find the length of a string. And string copy also. Okay, let it be there. Here, string.join. str.join. str means any optional, dot join. And then space string iterable. String iterable joins a string or character. That is, first one, str, after each member of string iterator, that is a string based sequence. So that is to join. Next, str.split function splits a string based on given string or characters and returns a list containing split strings as members. And next, str replace, word to be replaced, replace word. Replaces a word or part of the string with another in the given string, that is str. Just go through the explanation of these things. See how it works. str join. See, if the string based iterator means just like looping, that means each loop it should be executed is a string, then the str is inserted after every character of the string. So star should be inserted dot join with hello. See here, join command is used to insert star after each and every character of the string. H, E, L, L, O. So between H and E, star is there. E and L, star is there. L and L, star is there. L and O, star is there, like this. And next one, another example, triple star dot join trial. Here, triple star will be inserted immediate after each character of the given string. That means T, triple star R, triple star I, triple star A, triple star L, like this. Okay, these are about join command. And second one is, if the string based iterator is a list, if it is a list or tuple of strings, then the given string character is joined with each member of the list or tuple, but the tuple or list must have all member as strings, otherwise Python will raise an error. See, $2 symbol is specified here. Dot join. Here trial is the first string, comma hello. Trial is the first string, hello is the second string. So output will be trial dollar hello. $2 hello, like this. Next, 3 hash symbols, dot join, trial, hello and new. Actually, it's a tuple. See, first one is within a single list we are going to insert 2 strings, but here we are using a single tuple. And how it works? Trial, triple hash, hello, triple hash, new. Next, see what happens in case if you are using triple hash, join 1, 2, 3, comma hello, comma new. So first one is a number, second and third are 2 strings. So it will display. How it will display? So it will display 1, 2, 3, triple hash, hello, triple hash, new. Okay. Second point is, if a string based iterator is a list or tuple of strings, then the given string or character is joined with each member of the list, but the tuple or list must have all member as strings, otherwise Python will raise an error. If the string based iterator is a list or tuple of strings, then the given string or character is joined with each member of the list or tuple, but the tuple or list must have all member as strings, otherwise Python will raise an error. See, dollar is there, that should be within double quotes, dot join trial, double quote, hello. Actually it's a list, so trial dollar hello, and here triple hash join trial, it's a list, it's a tuple, trial hello new. It will be displayed like this only, trial triple hash hello triple hash new. Again triple hash join 1, 2, 3, it's a number, and hello and new. And here what happens is, the sequence must contain all strings. In previous example also, if it is 123, if it is given within the pair of double quotes, then it is considered as a string. It's not a problem. but here it will display error because 123 is an integer, so we cannot join integer with the string. Okay, these are about second one. Next one is str.split. str.split. If you do not provide any argument, to split, then by default it will split the given string considering white space as a separator. And here given string, it may be a string variable or a string. I love Python dot split. So it will split given string into 3. Here blank space or white space is given, so that is considered as the string separator. I comma love comma Python. So it will be displayed. Okay, and one more thing, if it is given in double quotes, I love Python in double quotes dot split, and double quotes we have to specify, so that indicates same thing. So what is explained in last case, the same case that will be displayed. If you provide a string or a character as an argument to split, then the given string is divided into parts considering the given string or character as a separator, and separator character is not included in split strings. If separator character, if you are using the character that is to separate the given string, and separator will not be displayed here. Here I love Python dot split O, lowercase o. Here I space, so immediate after space, actually if you are going to encounter space, actually in previous example if it is given that whenever white space is given, so automatically it will be considered as separator, but here O is given as separator, so it will display I space L, and VE space PYTH, again it will encounter O, and next it will display N. Okay, here O is considered as separator. And in previous section, previous example, white space is considered as a separator. You can use a split with a line of text, to split it in words. It will be quite handy for you in some file-based programs. Okay, student. So that's it for today's session. So today we discussed about some functions, built-in functions, built-in mathematical functions, and we studied about built-in functions called int function, that is to truncate the fractional part, and round off function or rounded off function. Actually round function is to get the rounded off n digits. And next we studied about Python built-in string functions. So there are 3 types, and the 3 types of functions given in your syllabus, that is a string.join, string.split, string.replace. But here today we studied about join, split and replace only. Okay, students, that's it for today's session, and this chapter is quite important while considering the examination purpose. And here worksheet also given along with this video link, and submit properly and in time. Okay, student, we'll see you in next session.